at Spencer High School this season. Coach, thanks for coming by and welcome to our program.
Thank you.
You and I talked several weeks ago about the position, but fill us in, if you would, once again on your background, what brings you to that coaching job at Spencer.
Well, I had coached at Emmanuel Lutheran in Marshfield for probably 8 years and was also athletic director there. And my wife teaches in Spencer, and she had mentioned a middle school opening 3 years ago, I guess it was now. And I thought it'd be a good foot in the door. So I went and took the middle school job there. And then the JV position opened up. The JV coach ended up moving out of state. So I was given that position. And then the varsity job opened up. So I was hired in there. So that's my background.
And has the varsity position been as what you expected it to be after coaching on the lower levels for many years?
Yes and no. It's a little more demanding, I think. I find myself watching lots and lots of video and film and practice planning and all that good stuff. So it's a little more demanding, I guess, but I enjoy it. So.
Well, tell us about the start of your season, how things have looked for your Spencer Ball Club so far this year.
Well, it's been an adjustment, I think. We didn't have very many returning starters. We had Sam Beslick as our only returning starter, actually. We're pretty young and experienced. I think the players are getting used to the speed of the game at the varsity level. Our first game was against Marathon, number 2 ranked team D4. Played them well for probably the first 8 minutes and then struggled after some adjustments were made and we turned the ball over. And that's kind of been our season, is turning the ball over. So we made some adjustments in our last game here against Loyal. Only had 13 turnovers, which was a lot better than the previous 4 games. So we played a lot better, but still looking to find the right group on the court, I guess, and the right group coming off the bench. So.
And you mentioned Sam is back. Tell us about what he does for your ball club this year.
Oh, it's probably easier to tell you what he doesn't do. He's good inside. He's good outside offensively. Passes the ball well. Handles the ball well. Rebounds very good too. So he really does it all. We're just trying to find the right role players to be on the court with him at the same time. And the other thing too is just learning how to win at this level. I think we didn't win very many games last year. I think we were 7 wins on the season. So there's games that we should be winning that we're not. And I think it's just building the culture of the program up so that the expectation is there with the kids that that they're going to win.
I wonder how many people understand what a challenge that is for a coach, because they may think that you just go out there, play the game, dribble and shoot and pass, things like that. But there becomes a mindset, I guess, in a ball game when it's close, the game's on the line, where players have to react in a certain way to give them that victory. And maybe that is difficult sometimes for a young man to learn.
Yeah, I think Coach Schmidt said it earlier. When you're actually coaching on the fly with a young team, an inexperienced team, it's deer in headlights sometimes. So we're working on it. We're working on it.
Well, you mentioned Sam. How about some other young men on your ball club this year?
Well, we have a foreign exchange student who's a senior, Davide Camelo. Very good ball player, good defender, finishes well, can shoot. So excited to have him on the team. We have a few juniors. Reed Connect is one of our captains. Very good defender. He's made some adjustments on his shot and has been shooting very good from outside now. We got Drake Johnson, Madden Prabilski. Madden is another captain. Madden was hurt for the first 2 games. I think he played like a minute and got hurt on one of the games. So we haven't really played many games with him. He played against Loyal last night. Had a pretty good game. He had 5 steals, 10 points. Did a nice job. Like I said, we only had 13 turnovers against Loyal, so that was good. Drake was a big part of the Loyal game too. Didn't turn the ball over much at all. Had a couple big shots. Wes Neiman is a freshman who's been getting some minutes on the varsity level. He's I didn't know what to expect at the beginning of the season. I know he knows the game. I thought the pace of the game would be a little difficult for him, but he's been getting minutes. We've had injuries, like I said. Reed's got some bad ankles right now, so he hasn't played the last couple of games. Brecken Miller is a sophomore, does a really nice job getting to the rim. He's growing game by game. Mathers McCone is another sophomore, puts in some good time for us as well. I think our biggest issue has probably been defense with a lot of the younger guys too. Logan Ehlert is a senior, hasn't gotten a lot of time at the varsity level yet. We got Carter Lipke. It's been difficult with the matchups we've had to find him some good playing time. Austin Lalakata, he is a junior as well. He's been playing some JV and varsity both. Good outside shooter. Got to get him playing better defense. And I could say that about the whole team, really. Let's see. I know I'm forgetting somebody. I don't know. I'm forgetting somebody. I know I am.
Oh, it'll come to you probably.
I should have took some notes from Coach Schmidt and brought a list of players.
Coach, how about the number situation in your program and how you're trying to improve that?
Well, there was some talk earlier about multi-sport athletes, and I know our principal, Jason Gorst, and our athletic director, Nick Begood, would prefer players playing multiple sports. We don't tend to get too many of those out for basketball. I think the only football player we have out for basketball is Carter Lipke. I don't think there's another one. Wes, I guess. A lot of our juniors play baseball though, so we get some multi-sport athletes there, I guess. I do feel like a multi-sport athlete that it helps in terms of competition. But for whatever reason, we don't get a lot of our better athletes for football that come out. So,
Larry, how about some questions or comments you have for Coach Jennings?
You mentioned coming up through the ranks. You're eighth grade or middle school coach, then you're JV. Has some of these kids gone through the program with you now as you moved up here?
Yeah, actually, the freshmen and sophomores have.
Okay.
So,
has that made it easier for you, or?
This year we have a completely new offense that we put in, kind of a hand-picked offense based on the talent that I evaluated. We did not run that in middle school. I think it's a relationship is there, so I think that there's trust both ways with the kids that came up with me when I was coaching middle school. And I've been a part of the varsity. I was assisting at the varsity level when I coached middle school there.
Oh, okay.
Clint Neiman asked me to come up and help assist. So I was assistant that first year, and then JV and varsity assistant the second year. So,
East Cloverbell, how do you see it?
This is going to sound like a broken record, but Columbus, they're always difficult to beat. They're a very good team, ranked, I believe they're still ranked number 2 in D5. Neilsville is always tough. They're coached well. Owen Withy's coached well. They lost a lot, but I think their JV was pretty good last year. I think Coach Weiler was talking about the pace of the game again. Kids are going to make the adjustment eventually, and they're 4-1, so doing well. Colby, they lost a lot last year, but well coached again, so they're going to be good. We haven't had as good a season as I had hoped for to start, but I think once March comes,
what do you think your team needs to do to improve as the season goes along?
Play with confidence.
Okay.
Play some defense. Our defensive rotations haven't been all that great. We play really good stretches at times, and we play really bad stretches at times. Taking care of the ball has been an issue. We're messing with the lineup a little bit here and there to take care of that some, hopefully. So I'd say those things.
I've seen some coaches on the sideline, like Coach Geyer and Coach Schmidt and Coach, there's a few of them that have come through. They're very vocal on the sideline. What's your demeanor as a head coach?
Well, I think they can hear me. Yeah.
Because you seem kind of laid back, so I was just wondering if maybe.
Yeah. Sometimes they gotta hear it a little more, I guess. But,
okay. All right.
They come out of the game. I like to try and coach them. I don't like substituting just because somebody makes a mistake. I don't think that's fair to the players. But when they do come out, I think it's good for them to understand, what the expectation was. I don't want them to play with fear, like, oh, if I make a mistake, coach is going to take me out.
Yeah.
Players going to make mistakes.
Yeah.
It's what they learn from those mistakes and how they handle it in the future that matter. So.
Okay. Gene?
Coach, how about your coaching staff for this year?
It's pretty thin. I have my assistant coach is also our JV coach in Spencer. It's Ben Martin. He was a middle school coach at Owen Withee last year, I believe. And that's it. I wish I had 4 coaches to lean on. But we'll make do with what we have. And Ben's been a great addition to the team. Puts in a lot of time and effort and has some good advice. So I appreciate that.
Since you're not a teacher at Spencer, does that make it a bit more difficult to kind of pump up the program, not being in the hallway with the kids?
I guess in a perfect world, it would be nice to be at the school. I'm actually a realtor with Next Home Hub City. The job itself has allowed me to coach my kids growing up through the middle school ages and whatnot, and be available, and then be at Spencer to coach when I'm needed and whatnot. Ben is actually a teacher at the school, so that's nice to have him there. I think the kids have someone that he can go to there too, and I often get messages from the kids throughout the day and evening, night, asking questions on things and whatnot. So I don't think that there's a huge disconnect by not being at the school. But in a perfect world, I think it would be nice to be around the kids during the day too. So.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you coming by, and good luck this season.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Spencer High School basketball coach Charles Jennings with us.